We'll take a look at geoprocessing tools in this section. This involves GIS operations that are used to manipulate data. Typically, we take input data sets, manipulate, and produce output data sets. And we often use multiple data sets when we're doing geoprocessing functions. So you'll need to get used to the idea that more and more as you do more advanced operations in GIS, you'll be creating data output that you then have to think about how you're doing it, what you're doing with it, and where it needs to be saved. Some common geoprocessing tools involve analysis, such as extraction, taking a clip of data, that is, doing an overlay, such as intersect and union, data management, generalizing data by dissolving, say for example, 2 polygons into one, general, such as appending and merging data, and here's the geoprocessing menu. So keep in mind that geoprocessing tools are found under the geoprocessing menu along the top of the ArcMap menu screen. And so you have your choices here: buffer, clip, intersect, union, merge, dissolve. Then there are a whole bunch of other tools that are available in Arc Toolbox that often relate to geoprocessing as well. Within Arc Toolbox, you have analysis tools. Here you see some geoprocessing functions: extracting, overlaying, proximity, statistics. You also have generalization tools such as dissolve, and general tools where you have append, calculating, copying, deleting, merging, and so on. You can use the search window, which is located in the upper right-hand corner of the ArcMap screen. To figure out, in case you don't know where these tools are, you can then search for them and it will tell you where they are in the Arc tool set. So for example, clip, it's under extract in the analysis tools. Here's a good example. So the benefit of doing clip versus select by location. If you do a clip, you can then clean up edges. So where you might have dangling lines that go outside of boundaries and you want to just clip it to a particular polygon, a way to clean it up is use clip. If you select by location, you might end up with dangling edges. Be cautious though, because you don't always want to clip your data too soon. You have to think through what you're going to do with it. If, for example, you're geocoding that data, then you might need to keep it in the data set because it might become important later on. Dissolving combines adjacent polygons to create a new, larger polygon. So you would use common field values to remove interior lines with, so for example, creating regions using US states. You could use the subregion field in this particular data set, or create one yourself if you need to dissolve and then sum the populations. So the dissolve tool under data management and generalization. Input feature would be US states. The output feature class, you've got to think about where it's going to be saved. In this case, they're saving it as a shapefile and they're doing it inside a folder. You might be doing it inside a geodatabase as well. And so the dissolve fields into a subregion, and you have to then select all. And in this case, you're selecting all of the states that fit within a field. And what statistic do you need to sum? In this case, population. There could be other things though too, in addition to population. So the dissolve results would look like this. The states are dissolved to form regions, and the population is summed for each region. You can append data as well. Here, for example, DuPage and Cook County are combined. If they're combining public works and they need a new single street centerline file. So for example, here you can see 2 big counties that are an important part of the Chicago metropolitan area. You append the data. This will add DuPage streets to the Cook County streets. Input data set would be DuPage streets. The target data set would be Cook streets. And then you would append the two together. This is found under the data management toolbox under the General tools. The resultant layer then is one street layer with Cook County with all records and field items. And it tells you Cook County streets. Now be aware then, in this case, that you've actually added DuPage County to the Cook County data set. So you no longer have a street data set that's specific to Cook County. You'd have to extract that data back out to do something with it that would only relate to Cook County. Merge combines multiple input data sets of the same data into a single new output data set. So in this case, an Illinois campaign manager needs a single voting district map but wants to preserve the original layers. So with merge, you would merge together Cook County, DuPage County, and Kendall. And then this tool is available under Data Management, General, and Merge. The output data set, again, you've got to think about where it's going to go and what you'll call it. And then these are factors that relate to the fields. So here's your new voting district layer that includes those three counties. Union overlays two polygon layers. The resulting output layer has combined attribute data of the two inputs. It contains all the polygons from the inputs, whether or not they overlap, such as neighborhoods and zip codes. And here are the neighborhoods and here are the zip codes. So you use Union, which is under Analysis and Overlay. You then have input features, Pittsburgh zip codes, neighborhoods, the output feature class, and you're joining all the attributes. And this better describes the characteristics of a neighborhood in this case. The attribute tables contain different fields and data. The Union results show you new polygons with combined data. Intersect computes a geometric intersection of the input features. Features, or portions of features that overlap in all layers and or feature classes, will be written to the output feature class. And inputs can have different geometry types. So with intersect, the city manager needs to know what buildings intersect flood zones and wants the flood data attached to each intersecting building. Intersect is under Overlay, which is inside Analysis Tools. Your input features would include buildings and the FEMA flood layer. You create a new output feature class, and you're joining all the attributes together. And so the intersect result is that only building polygons that intersect with flood zones then are shown in this new shapefile or output, and then you have combined data fields as well. And that concludes the geoprocessing section.